Alright, good morning everybody. Let's get started. This is Irmi from yoga.with.irmi and loving and sustainable self-care. It's dark today because we have a front coming in, so you might see my light differently. Plus, my ring light broke this morning, so I don't have extra lighting. The above lighting is too glaring and yellow, so I hope you can see me well enough to practice yoga. So today our theme is the hips. Donna, hey Donna, good to see you. The hips, and today we're going to do a really deep stretch into the hips, but we will prepare the body to get into this deep stretch. So I never do a deep stretch early on in a class because the body needs some time to open up and warm up. But then when we have that openness, then we can really stretch deeply into it. And when we loosen the hips, which then of course connected to the lower back and to the legs, to the upper back, I feel it in my upper back when I stretch into the hips. Everything is connected, so you never really know what's gonna loosen up in the body. So today it's actually a good idea to have some blocks ready, or pillows or blankets. Some props might be helpful today for sure, and then you can get easier into the poses. Good morning, Jillian. And so take a minute if you need and get the blocks, pillows or blankets. Later on in the class we're gonna probably need them. They're gonna be helpful to get into a deep hip opener. All right, let's get started. I almost came a little late today, so let's get down to the mat. Well, it was because my light broke and then I was kind of trying to figure out what to do. But we can sit down, come to the floor, onto the pillow, blanket, and let's settle into the easy pose first. And also here it's nice to sit on something. At home we have all those conveniences that we sometimes don't have in the live class and on the ground. So you can cross your legs one way or the other, relax your arms and shoulders. Yes, take a nice deep breath in through the nose and exhale through the nose. And you can close the eyes if you like, and let's take a couple of moments to settle in. Let the arms be heavy, the shoulders drop down. At the same time, the belly comes slightly forward, so especially sitting on a pillow, you sit on the edge of the pillow or blanket and you tilt just a little bit forward with the hip bones. And that allows the lower back to curve naturally, taking pressure off the lower back and the hips and the spine in general. Nice deep breath in and out through the nose. Relax your eyes, the forehead, around the lips and mouth. The tongue can drop to the floor of the mouth. So when we settle in, we basically become aware of tension first. The tension we hold habitually that we are not even aware of. And then when we start to let go, we also notice how good it actually feels to let go. Yes, the heaviness of the shoulders and arms feel good, comes down and away from the ears, letting go of tension in the neck. And then feel your seat, your glutes, your sit bones, your thighs, the feet, everything that's touching the floor. Feel the foundation of your seat here. So we have something to let go into. Like you want to let go into the foundation. You want to let the weight come down to somewhere. And that is our foundation always in the yoga poses. And let's start to move the head and the neck by bobbleheading. Just loosen up. And start to loosen in the shoulder, neck area, and also the skull. The skull is really interesting because the skull is a bone and it can hold so much tension like any other bone in the body. And we're gonna do a practice, a movement or something to loosen up the skull, and it's really amazing how much tension we hold there. And then just relax with that movement, get the breath going a little more naturally. Naturally the breath wants to deepen when we loosen up. Now keep that movement in the neck, and then we bring it into the whole torso, into the entire spine, so to speak. And make it feel good. Just roll the head, bobble the head and the torso on top of the pelvis. And from that bobblehead movement, we come into this stretch from side to side. So lean over to the right buttock side, lengthen the left arm, look to the left, inhale. And then on the exhale, we switch to the left buttock side, look to the right. Inhale right, look to the other side, and exhale left. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale right. Now we exhale on the right, stay on the right and exhale. And then we inhale to the left and exhale to the right. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale center. And deep exhale. Yes, sink the torso into the floor, into the seat. Now, you can stay on the pillow or blanket if you like. I'm gonna go onto the mat now, but we're gonna come into the cobbler's pose. So bring the feet, the flats of the feet together. And then we wrap the hands, interlace the hands, wrap the hands around the feet. And then we gently pull up. So as if you pull the hands up, lengthening the spine. Let's take a breath in. And then exhale, roll back. So rounding the spine a little bit, chin drops forward. Inhale, lift, straight up. And exhale, roll back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, back. Hold the belly in on the exhale when you roll back. Inhale. Let the belly release. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Now this time on the exhale we tilt forward, so keep the spine straight and just tilt forward a little bit, and we feel the stretch going into the hips more. And then inhale straight up and exhale tilt. Inhale up, exhale tilt. Hold the belly in on the exhale. Inhale lengthen and exhale tilt. Let's go one more time. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. And on the exhale, let's just stretch it out for a moment and shake the legs. Wiggle them, wave with the feet. Stretch the toes away from each other. Yes, feels really good. And come back into the easy pose. Let's bring the hands to the knees. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale, let's drop the head forward. Chin to the chest, roll the spine back, lengthen the arms, hands hold against the knees. Inhale, come forward, keep the body limp, let the belly come forward, then the chest, and then lift the chin. And exhale, roll back. Inhale, belly forward, chest, lift the chin. And exhale, roll back. Inhale, keep the torso limp, drop the belly, the chest, lift the chin. So we're basically doing the cat lift and the cat stretch in the seated position. And then exhale, roll back. So same movement than what we do on the hands and knees a lot of times. Inhale forward, belly, chest, lift the chin. And exhale, roll back. Now stay in the back for one breath, and we're going to do the movement but in the opposite not direction, but opposite. I don't know how to say it. So on the inhale, we bring the chin up and the chest. So bring the chin up the chest and lean forward, and we come into the gentle back bend. And then exhale, roll back, chin to the chest, round the spine. Inhale, lift the chin and the chest. At the same time, the hands pull on the knees and you pull yourself gently forward into this back bend. The cat lift basically. And then exhale, roll back. So we do the movement opposite. Inhale, lift the chin and the chest, drop forward. Yes, cat lift. And exhale back, cat stretch. Let's go one more time. Inhale, lift the chin and the chest. Drop forward, cat lift. Exhale back into the cat stretch. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, relax. And take one or two nice breaths here. And then we come to the hands and knees and into the table pose. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Feet in line with the knees, spread your fingers, and yes, this is now inhale, cat lift. So same movement that we just did, but in the table pose position. Exhale, cat stretch. Inhale, cat lift. And exhale, Exhale, cat stretch. Inhale, cat lift. Still gently opening the spine, but just going a little bit deeper. Exhale, cat stretch. Inhale, cat lift. And exhale, cat stretch. Next inhale, extended cat lift. So bring the weight forward a little bit, lift the chin. And then exhale, extended cat stretch. Send the hips back, but not all the way down. Lengthen the arms. Inhale, extended cat lift. So we feel the stretch in the throat more. And then exhale, extended cat stretch. Inhale, cat lift. And exhale, cat stretch. Let's go one more time. Inhale, extended cat lift. And exhale, extended cat stretch. Inhale, neutral, table. Exhale deeply. Inhale, cat lift. Exhale, let's curl the toes. Send the hips up into down dog. Feet are hip width apart. Maybe you have to step in a little bit, soft in the knees. Drop the head and feel the stretch in the hips, in the lower back, in the neck, in the shoulders. Wherever you have tension, you're going to feel that stretch there. Next inhale, right leg comes out and up, point and stretch. Exhale, knee to forehead, forehead to knee, around the spine. Inhale, out and up. Exhale, over to the left. Inhale, out and up. And exhale to the outside of the right elbow. Inhale, out and up. And exhale, down dog, and take a nice deep breath here. Inhale, left leg out and up. Exhale, knee to forehead, forehead to knee. Inhale, out and up. Exhale, over to the right elbow. Inhale, out and up. And exhale to the left. Inhale, out and up. And exhale, down dog. Take a breath. Soften the knees a little bit more. Let's walk the dog. Bend one knee and then the other. Open the back of the legs. Nice deep breath in and out. Yes. And let's come back to down dog. Inhale, right leg out and up, stretch. Exhale, we lunge forward or walk next to the right hand. Take your time, fingertips, toe tips in one line. Back heel is reaching back. Gaze to the top of the mat. Lengthen the spine. Deepest breath in and out. You can lower the knee for modification. Next inhale, right arm comes out and up. Look up if you can. Reach the back heel if you are in the full pose. And exhale down. Inhale, we step back to down dog. Exhale, adjust. Inhale, left leg out and up. Exhale, lunge forward or walk. Adjust. Inhale, left arm out and up. Look up. And take a breath here. Inhale. Exhale, come down. Inhale, this time we step to the top of the mat. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, reverse swan dive, arms come out and up, hands touch, back bend. Exhale. And take a breath. Sink into your feet, soften the knees. Inhale, arms come out and up. Hands touch, lean back. Not a lot in the beginning, gently opening the spine. Exhale, slide the hands in front of the torso, drop the head, roll forward and down. Inhale, we step the right foot back. Exhale, step the left foot back. Plank, modify if you need to. Inhale, and on the exhale, come down. Inhale, mini cobra, cobra, arms close to the body, shoulders down. Exhale, curl the toes and come back into down dog. Adjust the feet, take a breath. Soften the knees, drop the sternum towards the floor a little bit more. Yes, next inhale, right leg out and up, point and stretch. Exhale, drop the heel towards the buttocks, turn the left foot in a little bit and come into the hip opener. That's a first version of the wild thing, which I never really do in the classes because I'm afraid it might be too troublesome for many people. So this is a good way to open the hips without being too much in danger. Inhale and then exhale, right knee to the left elbow. Inhale, out and up. It's really a good stretch in the hips, especially on the right side here. And then exhale towards the left elbow. Inhale, out and up. And exhale towards the left. Inhale, straight out and up. And exhale, down dog. And take a breath. Yes, notice the breath. That's our barometer. We notice how the body starts to open more and more. That's the important part. It shows us that the tissues open. And let's drop the hips from side to side here. Knees are bent, that's important, otherwise you're not going to drop very far from side to side. Head is loose. And slowly come back to center. Inhale, left leg out and up, point and stretch. Exhale, bend the left knee, drop the heel down. Turn the right foot in about 45 degrees. Left knee comes out and up. Yes, inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale, left knee towards the right elbow. Inhale, out and up. Exhale to the right. Inhale, out and up. Exhale to the right. Inhale, straight out and up. And exhale, down dog. Yes, nice breath. Inhale, we walk the hands to the feet. And exhale, forward bend. And let's take a couple of breaths here. Just hang out, arms, shoulders, neck. Next, inhale, halfway lift. So hands come somewhere to the legs, so the torso is about parallel to the floor. Exhale, fold forward and down. You can bring the hands behind the legs and come down a little further. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward bend. Inhale, halfway lift. This time on the exhale, we come into the squat. So you bend the knees if you can, or you can stay in your forward bend. Inhale, we lift the chin, and exhale, walk to the left. Inhale, forward, and exhale, right. Inhale, forward, and exhale, left. So a little twist for the lower back. Inhale, forward, exhale, right. Inhale, forward, and exhale, forward bend. And let's hang out for 2 breaths. Yes, inhale, reverse swan dive. Arms come out and up, hands touch, hip bones forward. Exhale into mountain pose. Take a breath. Okay, I turn forward for a moment. You can stay where you are probably. Inhale, left knee up. Grab a hold of your shin. This is really actually a nice stretch for the hips. Exhale down. Inhale, right knee up. You can gaze to the floor and relax your eyes. Exhale down. Inhale, left knee up. Exhale down. Inhale, right. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale, let's bring the left foot to the top of the right thigh. With the right hand, you hold your foot. And then bring the left hand around towards the right arm. And take a breath. And a nice hip stretch here. If you need that wall, just grab a hold of the wall or furniture. So it is a balancing pose also. But we are actually more going for the hip stretch today. So if you need to hold on to something, it's perfectly fine. It's always fine to do that, but it's more about this here today. And take a nice deep breath. Relax your eyes. Next inhale, you bring the knee up, grab a hold of the left shin. Exhale, come down, take a breath. Yes. Nice full breath. Inhale, right knee up, grab a hold of your right shin. Exhale, right foot on top of the left thigh. Keep the left hand on the right ankle. Bring the arm around to the left arm or hold on to something. And then we stretch the other side. Let the knee drop. So that helps to stretch the hip even more. Yes, relax into the stretch. Let's take one more breath here. And then inhale, bring the knee up. And exhale, come back to mountain pose. Yes, nice breath. Wiggle the shoulders, the hips. Let's shake it out. Yeah, let's swing a little bit from side to side. We can do the ragdoll. Step the feet a little bit wider and just loosen up now. It's always good to have the contrast between, like in that balancing pose, we had to focus a little bit more. And then the contrast to focus is loosen up. And relax, yes. Head is moving with the body. And slowly let the movement reside. And come back to mountain pose. Actually we can keep the feet a little wider, toes out. And let's sink down into a squat. You can modify here with the arms on your thighs. Or you can go onto the balls of your feet. Or like this. Or to the flats. And sink into the hips. So we're still preparing the lower back and the hips for our big stretch today. You can keep the hands down on the mat floor or the hands come to prayer position, elbows on the inside of the knees. And let's take a couple of nice deep breaths here, yes. So wherever you are, if you modify or not, you're gonna stretch into the hips here. Deep opening in the hips, the lower back. Digestive system is opening here. It's really good for the digestion, the squats. It stretches the tissues in the digestive system, the intestinal wall, just all the tissue that's in there that needs to be also moved and stretched, sometimes in a different way. But the squats in yoga are also known for the digestion, for good digestion. So when we do those poses, so many on a regular basis, it really helps digestion also. And in the 7-day cleanse, I will also do yoga poses for digestion, for relaxation, meditation. So it's a whole package of a spring cleanse, really. It's not just the food and the detox, but also the using the body, loosening up in the body, meditation, breath. And let's take one more breath here. Inhale. And exhale, send the hips up into the forward bend, straighten the feet into a parallel position, drop the torso and take a deep breath, wiggle the head. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Arms come out and up, hands touch, back bend, nice back bend by now. And exhale, mountain pose. And take a breath. Relax into the feet, yes. Now I'm gonna go back from where I was. So I was in the back of the mat, maybe you're still there. Or come to this place again. Inhale, arms come out and up, hands touch, back bend, yes. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, we twist to the left, right hand to the left leg, bend the right knee, look to the upper hand. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, twist to the left. Bend always the opposite knee so we're twisting away from the bent knee. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to the right. Inhale on the right, stay on the right and inhale. And exhale to the left. Inhale right. Exhale all the way to the left. Inhale right. And exhale left. Inhale, halfway lift. And forward bend on the exhale. And now bring the blocks with you, or your blanket or your pillow, and then on the inhale we're going to walk to the top of the mat and into down dog. Just take a breath. Notice how the heels may become a little closer to the floor. And then inhale, let's bring the right leg out and up, point and stretch. Exhale, lunge it through or walk next to the right hand into the lunge. You can bring the knee down already if you like. Then we're going to bring the right hand to the inside of the right foot. You can walk the right foot out a little bit. Then walk the left foot out to the other side so that the feet are kind of diagonal to each other. If that feels good. If not, just stay in the original position. And we're going to do the lizard, which is a deep stretch into the hips. So you can stay right here. You can now take the blocks. And if you need a little height here, you bring the hands up onto the blocks and get a really good stretch. So it's all about the hip stretch. Don't hesitate to use a helping block here or a pillow, because you're still gonna get that nice stretch in the lower back and in the hips. You can bring the knee down if you need to. You're still stretching into the hips. Still awesome. So don't feel like you are losing out here if you modify, not at all. And allow yourself to adjust. Allow the breath to deepen. That means the body opens. And then when you feel like, oh yeah, this is really good, see if you want to go down a little more and maybe come onto the forearms. You still be on the block here, blocks. You can stretch the back, the heel back, or lower the knee, whatever works for a good stretch here. Lower back, hips, up and down the spine. Really deep, intense stretch here. That's why we did a lot of preparation, because you don't want to go into a pose like this without warming up. And then of course the deepest way to do this is to breathe. The forearms come all the way to the floor. So there's different ways, different positions. Just pick the one that works. And let's take another deep breath here, wherever you are. And then let's come out of it, wherever you are, maybe back to the hands. Exhale, bring the right hand to the outside of the right foot. So we come back to the lunge. Inhale, and then exhale, step into plank. Yes. Exhale to the floor. Inhale, mini cobra, cobra. And exhale, let's go into the child's pose. Open the knees if needed, and then let yourself relax. Let the spine relax. Wiggle the hips from side to side as if you want to come closer to the earth. Rest your head on the mat, on the pillow, on your hands or fists. And then allow the hips to open here while we are in the child's pose. And notice how this affects the upper spine, the upper back. I always feel my tension in the upper back more. So this helps me actually to open my upper back. Because everything connected in the body. So when you start to open one area, it's going to affect another area where you also have tension. Or us, I include myself. I'm not tension free. I just stretch it out. And on the inhale, let's come up onto the hands and knees. Exhale, adjust into table. Inhale, cat lift, drop the belly, lift the chin. Exhale, cat stretch, opposite direction. Pull the belly in, roll the spine up, yes. Inhale, cat lift. And exhale, cat stretch. Inhale, cat lift. Exhale, curl the toes, send the hips back and up and into down dog. Adjust your feet, soften the knees, drop the head. Inhale, left leg out and up, point and stretch. Exhale, lunge forward next to the left hand. Take your time, walk if you need to. You can bring the right knee down already if you like. Bring the left hand to the inside of the left foot. Walk the left foot out a little. Walk the right foot to the other edge. So the feet are kind of diagonal to each other. And lizard on the other side. So the other side is going to be already easier because we already opened the hip, you know, on the other side. So again, that affects the other side of the hip. And let's take a deep breath. Take your blocks, your pillow if you need. Bring the hands onto it, and if that's a good stretch, it really feels really awesome actually, the stretch here. You can bring the right knee down, you still get a good hip opener, still in the hip opener here. Notice how the breath is deepening because we're opening the entire body with this deep stretch. Deep breath, yes, gaze to the top of the mat. Now if you want to, try to come onto the forearms on the blocks maybe. If that feels good. If it's too much, go back. You know, if it doesn't feel good, don't do it. You don't want to feel overstretched. You don't want to feel pain. So it's better to feel really good and enjoy that stretch. Then if you feel like you want more challenge, then you can make it a little deeper if it feels good. And then of course, all the way down would be the fullest extension of the pose. Deep stretch here. But find your place and enjoy that place. And let's take one more breath wherever you are. Next inhale, we come up a little bit from wherever you are. Exhale, bring the left hand to the left side of the foot, bring the foot in. Next inhale, we step into plank, adjust the feet. And exhale, float down. Inhale, mini cobra, cobra, arms close to the body, shoulders down. Exhale, curl the toes and come into down dog. Yes, down dog. Doesn't it feel good to come here now? And drop the head, soften the knees. Yes, the spine is opening more, the spine is stretching. Let's walk the dog.
Enjoy a little bit more flexibility in that movement now. And let's come back to down dog. Take a breath. Drop the hips from side to side. Keep the head hanging. Yes, nice opening in the side body, including the lower back and the hips. And let's come back to down dog and take a breath. Feel the arms lengthening more, hips come even higher. Feel the depth of your down dog. Yes, inhale. Exhale, we walk the hands to the feet. Adjust the feet, open a little bit into the squat. So we go back into the squat. Modify if you need to. Remember, you can go onto the thighs here, onto the balls of the feet, or all the way down, and notice how we have opened the hips here. And you can use the prayer position or bring the hands down, whatever works. And let's enjoy this expansion in the body. Notice your breath deeper. So that's what happens inside. We open the muscles, they are tight, they are together, they are squeezed together, they are tight and constricted. So with the practice, with the breathing, we open, and then we actually create space, more space. It makes sense. And now we have more flexibility. We have better space for the breath, more space for the breath. Tension can leave, not just in the body, but also in the mind. We feel different, we think differently. There's a lightness in the mind, just as there's more lightness in the body. And we take one more breath here. Inhale. And then on the exhale, bring the hands down, bring the hips up, forward bend, adjust the feet hip width apart. Drop into your forward bend, hands behind the legs, come all the way down. And then inhale, bring the hands to the top of the mat. And exhale, down dog. Inhale. Exhale, we come onto the knees. Inhale, sit back to the heels. And still on the inhale, we bring the arms out and up, hands touch. Nice long stretch, feel the length in the spine. And then exhale, arms come to one or the other side, swing the legs around. And we come into the seated position, staff position, to take a couple of nice breaths. Yes, palms face up helps. Inhale. Exhale, let's drop the chin to the chest. Shoulders drop, yes. And let's roll out the neck, right ear towards the right shoulder, maybe back. And to the left. And forward. And right. Maybe back. Over to the left. And Let's go the other way, left ear, left shoulder.
Roll back if you can to the right.
And forward one more time, left.
And maybe back over to the right.
And forward, pause and take a breath. Yes, and on the next exhale, roll to the floor. Arms can come forward as a counterweight, or take the hands to the floor and help yourself down. Slowly coming to the mat and take a nice deep breath here. Relax. Inhale, let's bring the knees into the chest. Exhale, wrap the arms around your shins. Allow your spine to sink into the mat. Roll from side to side, roll the head. And relax back to center. Yes, inhale. And exhale, we drop the knees to the left. Left hand helps them down, right arm to the right. Find the spinal twist. Take your block pillow under your knees if you need to support yourself. Relax better. Yes, feel that stretching. Even deeper into the hips, into the spine, shoulders, neck. As if we just maybe a couple of millimeters longer inside. Everything is stretched a little bit longer. Longer and wider. Expand it. Inhale, let's come up to center. Exhale, drop the knees to the right. Right hand helps them down, left arm to the left. Look over to the left. Same pose, the other side. Help yourself, support the knees if you need to. It really takes a lot of pressure off if you need that. And we take one more breath here. Inhale, let's roll up to center. Exhale, bring the arms down to the sides or the hands under the buttocks. If that helps you, I like it actually, it supports the back. Inhale, stretch the legs up, point your toes, and then slowly exhale, we float it down. Chin tucked forward. Modify if you need to. You can bend the knees in once in a while. Take the pressure off. Keep on floating. And toning the body one more time here. You can hover over the mat for a breath, if you could like. So we always can add a little challenge, or we can add a little bit modification. It's almost for every pose, I think, possible probably. And then slowly come down, relax your hands out. Come into the corpse pose. Adjust your head. Relax. close the eyes if you like. And we go into the relaxation phase. And just make sure you're comfortable, the hands are relaxed, the feet, the legs. Maybe you feel the hips, bones flare out a little bit more. And then make contact with the breath. Feel the inhale and the exhale coming through the nose. And then maybe you notice your heartbeat. We did a deep stretch, so that it really invigorates the entire body. And the heart is a muscle, so we can tone and strengthen the heart muscle with the yoga pose. And not just the heart, but all the inner organs get toned by the process of the yoga pose practice. A lot of times we just think about the bones and the muscles and our pains and aches in the joints. And of course that's all very true, and the yoga practice helps that. But there's stuff going on the inside that we're not really seeing that much. And also not maybe feeling that much as we feel the bones and the joints and the muscles. But that's also happening. It's also connected to the entire body. So maybe you notice the heart, and I think we really stretched the heart muscle today. We really toned the heart muscle with that deep stretch in the hips. I can feel it. I can feel my heart beating. So I believe it has to do with that stretch, because that's what we did today. And I'm usually not that aware of the heartbeat after the class. So it has to do with the hip opener. Hips and then the chest are also very connected. The heart is in the chest, in the rib cage. It's fascinating for me. I hope for you too. And then just enjoy the relaxation, enjoy the openness in the body, enjoy your breath. Enjoy the deep relaxation, the deep rest. We deeply rest and rejuvenate so we can actually function in our daily lives much better. Activity comes from a rested place actually. And you probably can relate to this if you have a bad night's sleep and you couldn't sleep very well. The next day we are not as functional, we don't feel good. We don't feel like ourselves because we couldn't rest. So activity, good activity comes out of good rest. And that's a good product of our practice, is the rest, the relaxation in the end of the class. And let's take a little bit of deeper breath now.
slowly roll over to your right side. Rest your head in your upper arm for a moment. And then slowly, whenever you're ready, come back into the seated position. And we allow the eyes to slowly open. And this was our yoga for today. Thank you guys for chiming in. Have a great day. Namaste. Just a reminder, the early bird sign up price for the 7-day Ayurvedic cleanse ends today at midnight. It's $197 for the cleanse. It goes up $100 tomorrow. And it's a 7-day guided cleanse. We meet every day for 7 days in the evening at 7 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Talk about it, what you have to do in the next day. Share, ask questions, be guided by me, and be in a group of other cleansers, share experiences. But on Friday, this coming Friday, the 26th of March, is going to be the orientation for the cleanse for the people that actually going to be in the cleanse. So that is something for people that have signed up. And at that time, we're going to talk about the logistics of the cleanse, how it's going to go, how the protocol is, and most importantly, the shopping list. So you learn what to get. And then I talked about it a lot in the past month or so. Khichari, the Indian baby food, the Ayurvedic cleansing food, rice, certain beans, certain spices. That food is actually satisfying us during the cleanse. It's also detoxing the system. So it's a food that is in India given to babies. The first solid food that they give to babies is khichari, because it invigorates the digestive system. So the babies, they become good digesters. So it's for thousands of years the healing, nourishing food, or the comfort food of India. It's highly regarded in Ayurveda, in the science of Ayurveda. So that's our food. So we are not going to be starving. You don't feel hungry at all. It keeps the blood sugar levels even, so we don't feel cravings. We're going to eat 3 times a day, no snacks. So get into a healthy rhythm of eating 3 meals a day. Snacking is actually an invention of somebody, I don't know, but it actually drives blood sugar up because we're constantly eating and living on sugar instead of burning fat. So that cleanse also brings you into fat metabolism. So the body uses fat as fuel and not sugar, and it's a big part of it. And then we use cleansing juices, fresh vegetable juice, which is part of it is beets and other ones, and raw. So you can make a juice if you have a juicer, but you can also just blend it up in a blender or a bullet. I have this little bullet and I just put everything in there, and it's more like a smoothie, and we eat that with breakfast, and that cleanses the lymph system out, gets the liver going, the gallbladder. So the lymph, and I have written about that, and I talked about that in my pre-training videos in my group. You can go in there and listen, 1, 2, 3 pre-trainings in there. The importance of the lymph, the importance of why we need to clean that out with all those antioxidants that are in the fresh juice, and why it's important to have the drainage system. The lymphatic system is the drainage system of the body. It takes the trash out why that is important, to be actually able to draw toxins out of the fat cells. That's where they're stored. If the body cannot handle toxins anymore because there's too much going around in the body, eventually it's going to land in the fat cells. So to drain those toxins out of the fat cells, we need to have the lymph open to be able to, for the body actually to be able to bring it out through the elimination. And that's why the juices are important. Then we're going to have herbs that support the whole process. So all of this we're going to talk about on Friday, and what you have to shop for, where you can shop. You can shop locally, you can shop online. I'm going to tell you where you can shop online. The price of the ingredients are not included in the cleanse program price. So that's on top of what you have to invest in yourself here. So the shopping list items are not included in the program price. So we're gonna find all of this out on Friday, and then we need some time because there are conveniences with shopping online. I'm gonna tell you where you can shop. You can actually get that stuff pre-packed and ready to go if you want to do that. It's probably more economically if you shop locally, but you can figure that out yourself. Then you can make a decision. But the actual cleanse is going to start after Easter, the week after Easter, because we need at least 7 to 10 days if people want to shop online to get that, in the mail. And I think it's a good idea to start after the holiday. We all want to enjoy Easter, so you don't want to be on a cleanse in a holiday situation. That's always not a good idea. And then so we start the actual cleanse where we then get together 7 times a week is after Easter. The meeting on Friday is extra. It's not included in the 7 days. So that's actually the orientation is not part of the 7 days. That's part of getting prepared. And then the bonus of the cleanse is that we're going to meet a week after we finish the cleanse and get together one more time in this cleansing group and share what we experienced, how we are doing, what's going on, do you need any advices, and just share where you are, and then really have a good experience and have a good results with losing weight. You will lose weight even though you're not hungry. It's really amazing because the food that we eat do both. They cleanse and they nourish. And a lot of times in cleanses when they are not, I have done many wrong cleanses in my life, and the biggest problem I have seen is that it's so much focus on the cleanse, and when you eat cleansing foods like raw juices or raw food in general, you take away from the body. It's like taking away your fat, yes, but at the same time you're going to be hungry and starving. And when that happens, the body gets into an emergency situation. Actually, the body says, ooh, I'm starving and I don't really want to give anything up. I don't really want to give up toxins or fat or anything because this is not a comfortable situation. So when we are not starving in a cleanse, the body is actually letting go. The body can let go of toxins and fat because it is nourished at the same time as it detoxifies. It's very, very cool, and they really figured it out. I don't know how they figured it out thousands of years ago, but it's really amazing. And I'm always my own best guinea pig. I have tried so many different things in my life, and Ayurveda is the most amazing teaching about health, about food, about the cycles of nature, and how we can be part of that more and more. We are part of it, but we don't really know it. And that's why we are not really aligned with it. And that's why we swim against the stream a lot of times and struggle with all kinds of digestive problems, with overweight, with fatigue, with not enough energy, just a lot of everyday ailments that can be balanced out easily with knowing how to detoxify and how to eat with the seasons, and we will talk about that in the cleanse also, and much more. So I'm excited. So if you have any questions, please let me know, and I'm happy to answer that. Namaste. You all have a great day, ladies.